Hi guys, and happy Saturday. Today is Saturday, April 9th, and we're going to go ahead and I have 3 sets left that are retiring that I haven't really fully featured. I think I did Celebrate with Friends in one, so maybe I'm going to do Daisy Lane today, and I'll do Queen Anne's Lace tomorrow. Now, the Daisy Lane is retiring, and only one of the Daisy Punches is retiring. And that's the big one. The medium one is going to stick around. So the bigger one will be going, the smaller one won't. What I'm going to do is we're also still using our retiring in colors. These are only, I don't even know if the cardstock's still available. I know the stamp pads, I think, are all in low inventory or gone. But so only a few more weeks on these colors. This is what I have left of my 8.5 by 11, so I've done pretty good. But we're going to use that today on one of these cards. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take out Bumblebee. Because of these colors, I'm not going to say that I have a favorite, but Bumblebee was my favorite in this grouping of in colors. So we're going to take Bumblebee. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to cut this at 4 1/4 by 11. And then we're going to score. The first score is going to be, oh, that was on there, at 1 7/8. And then we're going to go to 7 3/8. All right, so those are your 2 full score lines. And you're going to see that that makes like a gatefold, but it's a little off center. It's not really humongous. So since this is 1 7/8 here, that means that our layers are going to be 4. And then 1 7/8, you take 2/8, which is a fourth, minus that, so that would leave you 1 5/8. So we're going to do 3 strips. Let me go grab my basic white, because of course I'm not prepared at all. Oh my goodness, do I have a basic white that's open? Oh, I don't. So I'm going to have to open one. Here we go. Sorry about that. Yep, so let me go ahead and open my basic white. Sorry, I'm a little bit not on time this morning. I was up on Friday nights ever since the pandemic started, and we've kind of kept up the tradition. My family is mostly in Iowa, and my aunt is in Tucson, Arizona. And so when the pandemic started, we started doing virtual card night on Fridays. So we use an app that's called Trickster Cards, and we play cards. And I usually bow out about 10:15, but last night, I stayed until after midnight. So not prepared for this morning, but we're going to do this anyway. So we're going to make our layers. So there's your 4-inch. Then we're going to do that 1 5/8. And we're going to do 3 of those. So there's 1 5/8. 1 5/8. 2, 1 5/8. 3. So we're going to do 3 of those. All right. And then we're going to make this our normal layer. Since this is already 4, your inside's going to be, I think it's still 5 1/4, isn't it? Yep. 5 1/4. And this is going to be our inside. All right, we're going to hang on to this for later. We might do something with that. So this is going to be your inside. You're going to decide now if you're going to do gatefold, vertical or horizontal. Okay, because that's going to matter how you stamp these. Let me put this off to the side. Let me grab all 3 of those in colors. I'm sorry, all 5 of those in colors. And we're going to use our Daisy Lane and put some sayings on there. Let's see. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and use, because I've used these a lot. I think I'm going to use this one with the stem. I don't think I've used that one a whole heck of a lot. So here's that. I have a lot of masks. See, some of these are masks. Some of these, I've already got the sticky tape on there. All right, so let's go ahead, and I am going to go ahead and I think I'm going to do these kind of Andy Warhol-ish. So I'm going to kind of make these all, but with a different color. So all of my stems will be just jade, of course. Let me grab my block for that. I'm not going to worry if it's on there straight or not because it's a stem. All right. So I'm going to do them at different heights though. So there's one like that. There's one almost all the way at the top. And there's one. Why haven't I used this one before? That was my bad. I should have been using this. This is a beautiful stem. Put it over there for now I'll clean it later. All right. Now you really don't have a brown flower, so I'm going to use these for my flowers. And yes, you don't have a blue either. So you know what I think I'll do? Here, I know what I'll do. Haven't done this in a while, so we'll do this. So I'll do one. And yes, this isn't full polymer, so did I line that up correctly? Not really, but is it going to hurt the card? No, we're fine. Let me go ahead and clean that one off. Do that stem while I'm still here. All right, so I'm going to leave this for just a minute out. Then I'm going to come over and get make sure that's really clean. Okay. And maybe I should have cut that closer. See how I left so much there? All right. I'm going to try to get that little area there in that stem. All right. So now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a bigger block. And I'm going to put the bumblebee on half of it. Ooh, oh my gosh. I'm going to be a mess today. I can just tell already. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that half with the Magenta Madness. Clean off my stamp. And I'm going to use this as my stamp pad. And let's see what we come out with. Oh, that's kind of a pretty mid-color. Look at that. Now, if you don't want it to be like a mid-color like that, what you would do is after it's blended like that, you would go and just kind of move it around like that. And then go on the back. And that's what you would get there, more of a blended look. I think I kind of like that third color though. But that's what you can get also if you kind of don't stamp it around as much as I did. Okay, let's go ahead and clean that off. I feel like I need some sort of background on that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fern one here. And I am going to grab a block. And I'm really going to stamp off this Just Jade a lot. Let me go ahead and bring out my piercing mat. I just want some light background. I just feel like it's too stark. Maybe I should have spritzed it. Oh, that would have been a good idea too. Let me take a lot of that off. Then we're just going to come in here Just put a little bit of a background on it, just to take off some of that white starkness. There. That just helps a little bit. See how it is? All right, so there's my 3 panels. Oh, I'm gonna move that block. Let me clean that block off. I could make extra colors right now, but I'm just gonna clean that off for now. Probably spray right on it to get the rest of that off. Now look at my hands. All right, anyway, and let's put that over there. All right, so I'm gonna go over here. Hopefully I grabbed the one that is actually full. There we go. Going to go ahead and put this on that panel. Oh my gosh, I should wash my hands off. Here, you know what I'm going to do? Don't look, people. I threw it over there for just a second. I'm going to spritz on my hands and rub it off. Hopefully they got some of it off. Got most of it off, hopefully. All right. All right. Because I could have a little thing there. I don't like that, but we'll deal with it. And where's my bone folder? Let me turn on my little carousel. Get my bone folder so those edges are nice and tight. And then I'm going to go ahead, put this, so there's that kind of that same edge. So I watched a video, was it Robin Armbrecht? I don't know. She was doing this off-center gatefold. And I really liked the concept. All right, so now here's my inside piece. You know what? I shouldn't have cleaned that off because you could have used that. Nope, that's too much. That's too much. Here, maybe. Look at that. All right. Just a little bit of color there. Can you tell this is on the fly, guys? I would probably never do this in real life, but I kind of like how that just gives a little bit of a background color. That's too much. All right, so anyway, so let's get one of these sayings. Oh my gosh, I really need to take some of these flowers out of here. All right, so let's get the friend saying. We'll use that on the front, and I think on the inside, we're going to use the best moments of my life happen with you. So let me grab another block from over here. Let me grab my memento. Let me try to get that straight. I don't know if this is even straight. There. But we'll go ahead. Oh, a little crooked. Not a big deal. We can live with that. All right, so that's going to be the inside of my card. That's funny. With lighter colors, that probably would have been pretty. Anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and center this in here. And now, as you can see, it's not going to stay down very good. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a latch card. And this is how we're going to do this. So you can see that this is just barely under an inch. Okay? So we want to make this a little more than an inch because this is going to be our latch. So let me explain this to you. It's in my mind. I've had it in my mind all night, but well, maybe all morning because as we all know, I didn't go to bed very early. Well, really, I went to bed really early this morning. All right, so let me do this like at 1 3/4. Is that how I want to do it? Let me think. No, I'm going to go, since this thickness is just under an inch, I want to double that at least. Do I want to triple it? No, I'm going to double. I'm going to go 2.5 times. I'm going to go 2.5 inches this way. And then this is going to be my little buckle. And I'm going to show you what I mean in a second. All right, so now we're going to go ahead, and I don't know if I have color left on that, and I don't. So let's just go ahead, take some of that color off. So you see, we're not really even, so you can see flowers. We're just doing a little bit of a design. Let me take that off. Let me put my friend on so I don't have to get out just another block still. I'm going to go ahead, and on this one, maybe I'm going to use the cinnamon cider. All right, let me use cinnamon cider. You want to flush this. Somehow it doesn't look straight. If I put it against the line there, oh, it is. Doesn't look like it though. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to do this flush left, like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this on here, but I do want some color. So let's go ahead and get that again. And let's, do I want to do it the same? Yeah, I'll do it the same. So again, we're going to use this, but take off a lot of that color. And we're just going to go around so it gives a little bit, so it doesn't even look like it's a flower. It just looks like a little bit of a background effect. All right. Okay. Hopefully this works. I had it in my mind that it would work, but we'll see. So here is our buckle piece. And we're going to use the baby dimensionals on this. And we're going to do, and I didn't do that very well. I went over the edge on one. But you know what that means. If you go on the edge, I'm just going to remove it. It hasn't been down that long. So we're going to go there. And then we're going to go on the other side. And if you want to, you could even cut these down in half to make really, really baby ones. All right. Let me see. Nope, none of them are coming over the edge. All right. So take off all those backings. All right. So I'm going to, maybe I should cut that down a little thinner. You know what? Too late now. We'll go ahead. We'll put it down here like this. We'll cover up some of that. So then you have that positioned here. And go ahead and just put it down on the very left side of this, because you want this to be anchored down. So slide it under there. Have it as straight as you want to be. And then push down. So that helps latch it. Still want to make sure you've scored, or I'm sorry, burnished on each side of the card. Sometimes if you only burnish it on the one side, it's not as flat as you think it's going to be. And I'm just going under here. So there you go. Card opens and latches in like that. So it's like a little bit, almost like a buckle latch. Now, if you want, you could put tape closer to the edge, and that would help keep it flatter. because we don't have it all the way there. So if you wanted to, you can go right up to the edge with that tape. So that's going to make it hold down even further. All right, and if you wanted to, I have to get used to all my new, and I have an order coming in a little bit. Yes, I ordered last Friday because it's a pre-order, and it said 1 to 3 days picking. It didn't ship till the 4th day, but luckily, I don't know, they sent it so it could also be a Saturday delivery. So I will have some of the new stuff, the new colors and all that in a little bit. I don't like the way that's so plain, so I'm going to go ahead and now with this color, and even with that middle color, look how that looks. So I'm going to pull those off. Now, I did not plan that, guys. That was just a happy accident. And let's see, what would we call that? You know, how you have your ship names. So if that's Bumblebee and Magenta Madness, would that be Bumbleness? Bumbleness? Magenta-bee? Maybe Magenta-bee. I'm going to call that Magenta-bee. There you go. So there you are. A little, and these are in the new catalog. I'm so glad they got carried over. So excited, so happy. All right, so there you are, a little fast off-center gatefold. I think that's what Robin was calling it, but it's just a quick way to make a gatefold card and to have a nice little closure there so that it mails nice and flat. All right, thanks a lot, guys, and have a great Saturday. I might drop in a little bit later just to go over some of the stuff I got in my pre-order. I didn't get as much as everyone else is showing, but I got a few items, and I just especially want to show you the in colors. If you want to get told when my next video comes up, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit notifications. That way you get a notice every time that I pop on. Thanks a lot. Have a good Saturday.